Let's get into the listing agent round. Keep it moving.
Yeah, we got to keep this moving. And do we have everyone on for the listing agent round, Jason?
We sure do. Let me just get everybody on video. Just give me a moment to get everybody invited to get on camera here. You guys should be seeing an invitation coming up on your screen to join us. So go ahead and do so.
Hey, and I don't know if you could do it at the same time, but if you want to do the poll question right now, what do you want the next Pitchfest to be about? Feel free, Jason. Feel free to rock that out if you need a minute, because this is the first one in a series of Pitchfests. We want portals to pitch. We want Zillow and Realtor.com to tell you about their lead products. We want buyer products, seller products, websites. We want brokerages. Mm-hmm. We want the biggest brokerages in the world to come on and pitch you on why you should work for that brokerage. We have a lot of ideas, and we have a poll question for you guys to vote who you want to be on, or what you would like to talk about, I should say, on the Pitchfest.
I just launched that, and Raj, if you can hear us, you're the last one. We need to get your video turned on. We got Kris, Amit, and Callie joining us. So Raj, if you're there, go ahead and start your video.
Yeah, Steve, this is going to be fun to see what people vote for. Like, we want to get Compass, Keller Williams, Remax, and EXP to all pitch why agents should work there. And then we want a boutique to pitch why they shouldn't work at any of them. Like, that's the one I personally would like to see the most. I'll be interested to see why what everyone else votes for. I would also love to see the portals, right?
Yeah.
So much about ZRT and Homes.com. And you never really hear their pitches in a concise way. So I can't
how
wait
the products are different.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what the answers are. And then we will take this into account when we build out the next Pitch Fest. Hopefully you guys are loving this one. I think you are. I do think we'll end up finishing on time, Steve. I know it's going to be tight, but
we have 39 minutes left. Yeah.
So why don't we do this for round two, okay? For the seller round. Let's get their pitch and then give them the objection back to back.
Okay.
And then we'll just do one vote for which one did the best at both.
That's great. So everyone, we already have objections for sellers, but if you have any, just type them in now then, because we're going to do it back to back. So
yeah, I think that'll pick up a few minutes, Steve. And Jason, let's see what people want for the next Pitch Fest, if you can reveal that.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and end this poll and share the results out. This is the one we'll share with everyone. It's pretty interesting, pretty clear marketing strategies, taking the lead, then seller lead programs in second, and then in the 20s, kind of everybody follows things up there as well. So
that's great. That's good to know, because we're thinking like a debate about like pay-per-click versus SEO versus Facebook.
Snail mail.
Yeah, and actually, Steve, pull up the webinar slide, because this is a perfect segue. You know, Steve and our team tomorrow, we're going to present like marketing strategies.
Yeah.
You know, like at Curaytor, we do seller lead gen. So it's nice to see that the topics that people want on the next one are actually the things that Curaytor and BombBomb think about and do every single day. So if you do want to learn more about seller lead gen, marketing strategies, you can learn a little bit on our pitch tomorrow. And then it looks like we have a couple winners there, Steve. We could do a seller lead gen, marketing strategies. We can do a couple categories. So that's going to be fun. I hope it works out. I'm going to introduce Callie.
Yep. We got Raj on, so we are all ready to go.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I'm going to introduce Callie. Callie is an amazing Curaytor client. Her slogan is Discover the Dalton Difference. And I've just had a pleasure of meeting her several times. I'm excited to hear her pitch. Callie Dalton, welcome to Pitchfest.
Hello, and thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be here. Real estate is a simple business that's not easy. I'm Callie Dalton, CEO of the top real estate team in the Roanoke Valley. So you want to sell your house? It can be stressful, there are no guarantees, and most anything can happen, which is why you do not want a part-time realtor selling your house. Whether you're selling 100,000 or $1 million, it's all about you. Our job is to turn your expectations into a reality. You want your selling experience to be as smooth as possible. Selling a house today is very different than it was just a few years ago. Today's buyers look for reasons not to buy. Our focus is on accentuating the positives while reducing any perceived negatives. That's why I've assembled a team of dedicated professionals, all working towards the common goal to sell your house for the most money in the least amount of time. On average, our listings sell for 95% of list price in under 60 days on market. Whatever your challenge may be, we have the resources to help you. Our in-house photographer will take professional photos, a 3D virtual walkthrough, and video highlighting the surrounding area outside. We outperform our competition by selling 147 units, 43.5 million annually. Our website is responsive, user-friendly, and provides access to the entire Roanoke Valley's MLS. We have an exclusive partnership with an award-winning marketing firm, which has been featured in Entrepreneur, Forbes, Fortune magazine, and its co-founder, Kris Smith, is a best-selling author. Through Curaytor, we utilize the the latest marketing technology, which makes your listing stand out on Facebook and other social media sites with target marketing specifically designed for your property. This allows us to get 10 times the results of other agents. Long & Foster's affiliation with Christie's Luxury Magazine, the Wall Street Journal, and Virginia Living Magazine, to name a few, affords us the opportunity to reach areas outside the Roanoke Valley. Locally, we maintain a presence in the Roanoke Times with weekly full and half-page ads, as well as full-page ads in a variety of other magazines. You wonder how we do it? We genuinely love serving our clients. We love where we live, and we're excited that we have the honor to be among Roanoke's greatest ambassadors. That being said, we are the right choice. Our success is measured by the level of satisfaction we provide one client at a time, and we would love for you to be our next client.
Cool. Well, I like that, Callie. I want to give a disclaimer here. You know, role-playing a pitch is tough, right? Like pretending you're at somebody's living room.
Yes.
And that they're sitting there is hard. But here's what I want the people watching to remember. Callie actually goes on 4 to 6 appointments a day, every day. How many do you go on? And that, you know what I mean, Steve? Like and she's also the #1 agent in her market. So there's a lot of people that I think that maybe they could give a little bit of a better pitch in a role play scenario than Callie did. But I think in the living room with the listing appointment with her and, you know, with the customer, that's going to eliminate any of my critiques. So, you know, sounding like you're reading, you're obviously not going to go to someone's house and read. You know what I mean? Being a little bit scripted, you're not going to do that at a listing appointment. So I think in this kind of a role play exercise, that normal energy, passion was not coming through the screen. But I know that's because it's an exercise, and I know the results that you get. So I love that you're out there working hard. The thing I like the most is I've been with you many times at dinner, at conferences, and you have a vibe of a luxury agent. And I think what happens a lot of times is, like, if I'm looking for 2 to 3, 400,000, and I feel like the agent that's sitting across from me is kind of fancy, if you will, or very successful, I think it's important to actually point out that we don't care if your house is $100,000 or $1 million. We go all in. And I know that's true about you, Callie. I know you're up at 1 a.m. every night working hard for your clients. So thanks for being on Pitchfest.
That lower price point is our bread and butter.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is killing me. I couldn't hear a word of it. So thanks for doing the follow-up there. Do we want to do the objection right now, Kris? I got a good one.
Yeah, give her a quick good one, Steve.
All right. So Realtor X said they'd reduce their commission. This is the most popular one. We're going to go with the easy one. Realtor X said they would reduce their commission by Y%. Will you match that?
So what I have to say is that we bring a lot of value to the table. Again, in 3 minutes, you can't say everything you do, but my first thing that I would say back to you is I'm not your girl. If you're looking for a discount, that wouldn't be us. we actually spend 1% of that commission on you while we're selling your house.
And Steve, I think that's all you got to say. And I don't think Steve can hear Callie, so it's a little awkward.
No,
but no, it's not your fault. But I think that's it. We were interviewing a guy named Jack Cotton, and he like wrote the book on luxury. And when they ask about, hey Jack, you know, we're selling a $3 million home, can you lower your commission? His answer is, you want me to lower my commission? And then he just stops. So I think sometimes what happens is when you get the question about commission, people go way too deep, Steve. And I love how Callie said it. If you need a discount, I'm not your girl. You know, discounts are for Walmart, not for selling your home. I mean, that's how I would position it.
that's great. If I would have heard that, I would have provided a little clap. Thank you, Callie.
Cool. Great job, Callie. Thank you so much. Let's get to the next one, Steve. We've got Raj. You want to intro Raj real quick, or just let him
You know, it's funny. A lot of the people that are on the Pitchfest webinar here are top video influencers from BombBomb. They're top 50. Raj, you probably have seen him before. He's been on video a billion times. He's been on stage. He's a kick butt realtor. And Raj, why don't you take it away, my man?
Thank you, Steve. Am I good on audio?
Oh, I can actually hear you. Amazing. I can hear you.
Yeah, sound great, Raj.
Well, awesome. Thanks, guys, for having me on the show. My name is Raj Qsar. I'm principal and owner of the Boutique Real Estate Group. And we literally are a boutique real estate brokerage based right in the heart of Orange County. What I wanted to do today is pitch why you should hire me and my team to sell your home. I'm going to give you 4 reasons why you should hire us and then a bonus. Ready? The world is so visual. Here's number 1. Everything is visual. Everyone's on their phone. They're scrolling. And the point with visual marketing is we're going to take the absolute best photos. So people take great photos. We're going to take the absolutely best photos. And here's the thing about photos. Your number 1 photo, which is going to be on your brochure, on Zillow, Realtor, Homes.com. It's going to be on Facebook, Instagram. We take more time on that one photo than anything. Every photo that we take is hand-touched by our team. We're dropping skies in. We're making pools look blue. We're making grass look green. Images in the TV, fires in the fireplace. People have to connect emotionally with your listing. And if they don't connect emotionally, they're not going to buy. Number 2, video production. And as you know, we're not going to step up with an iPhone and start doing Blair Witch Project style videos on your home. We've got a full video crew, and this is world-class video. We use the same type of cameras they use in Hollywood. And what we're going to do is tell a story about your home so people can connect emotionally to that home, on that street, in that neighborhood. When people connect emotionally, they remember. People walk through a house and they imagine themselves having dinner in that dining room. They imagine having Christmas in that living room and opening up trees. And we're going to tell a story and connect with someone emotionally through video. And guess what? YouTube is the largest video platform on the planet. It's also owned by Google, which is the biggest search engine on the planet. So when people are searching for your homes, whether on YouTube or Google, we're going to come up first. Number 3, the world is global. Anyone can see anything, anywhere on the planet. And when they see something that connects with them emotionally, they're going to react. We have 2 ways that we're going to push your listing globally. Number 1, when we syndicate your listings, and when we say syndication, that means pushing it to the world. We syndicate it through a global MLS. You know, only 1% of the world's brokers syndicate globally. We're going to push your home to 200 countries, and that listing is going to get transcribed into that country's language. And guess what? The phone number, the contact, comes right to our office here in Orange County. So not only are we going to push your home regionally and locally, but it's going to go out to the world, and it's going to be transcribed in that country's language. Guess what? Our brokerage website can be seen behind the Chinese firewall. We have so many people in Orange County that are coming from China, and your listing can be seen by people in China. Guess what? China doesn't have Google or Facebook. They don't. So how are those people going to find us when we're using Google and Facebook? We're using Chinese syndication platforms to get your home out to China. Number 2, we are part of what's called Leverage Global Partners. And Leverage Global Partners is an independent network of luxury real estate brokers worldwide. We are the only affiliate here in Orange County. So when those 500 brokers worldwide are referring people to Orange County, guess what? We're the only company that gets the call. Number 3, technology. Technology's taken over the planet. And we're not doing technology to be technologists. We're using technology to increase our customer service with our clients. And there's a couple things that we do to make your listing stand out. Number 1, websites. We'll build a website for your home. You're probably thinking that's like so 2000. Well, guess what? The back of the website's where all the glory is. The back of the website is so exciting. Don't you want people, when they click on that site, don't you want us to capture that information? Guess what? When you go to Nordstrom.com and you look for a pair of shoes, and that shoe's all of a sudden in your Facebook feed, it's on Google search, it's everywhere you go on the web. Your home, we build an ad for your home that will do just that. So guess what? When people keep seeing your home over and over and over again, it's like a sign from above. They want to purchase. Number 2, we have a concierge level service. Any site of yours that's on the web, anywhere your home is on the web, we'll reply to them within 2 minutes, 24/7, day or night.
All right, Raj, I got to cut you off. 3 minutes is up, but.
Long, brother? Okay. I didn't even close yet.
Yeah, close up. I'll let you close up. 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Chris, with these 4 benefits and my 1 bonus, which is we give back. We're part of Give Back Homes, which is a great network. So every home we build, we help donate and build a home for a family in need. We were just on the first build project in Orange County where we helped a family in Santa Ana build a house.
Cool.
With all these things and the bonus, why would you not hire my team? Why would you not?
So, Chris, let me do this one because this is the first one I heard in a while.
Okay, go for it.
Because there was a couple things that stood out. You wrapped everything in an emotional blanket, which I love. Everything tied back to emotion. Sales is emotional. But the other thing that I want to point out that I think other realtors can pull from your presentation, Raj, here is your use of numbers. Just like you see it on blogs and posts everywhere else, the top 5 reasons for this and the top 10 this and the top 7 this. And the reason why is people will stop and their brain gets re-engaged every time you say a new number. Then they'll forget what you say in the middle, and then the next number comes up and they re-engage because they're thinking about their own world. They're not listening 100% of the time. And every time you say a new number, it ropes someone in. So those are the 2 things that I love. I don't know if you want to add anything else to that, Chris?
Yeah, I'll add something really quick, and then I'll give Raj an objection. But the reason Raj's pitch was great is enthusiasm. It has nothing to do with the words he said. The people in the chat are like, oh, I loved when he said this, and I loved when he said this. Guys, I want you to write this down. Write down the word enthusiasm and put a bracket around IASM, and that stands for I am sold myself. Raj has so much passion and enthusiasm for the work and the explanation of it that it's contagious. And I swear, I know you guys like what he was saying, but it almost wouldn't matter what he said. Raj, let me give you a quick objection, man.
Bring it on, Chris.
I know we're here in Orange County, California,
knows how to party.
My house is worth $4 million and 6% of that is a boatload of money.
And
I mean, I know you say you got cameras that are from Hollywood, but at a $4 million price point, it's just really hard to not ask you to come down just a little off of that, even with all the stuff you do.
Hey, Chris, I totally understand where you're coming from. 6% is a lot of money on $4 million. What do you think our value is? What would you like to pay?
I would like to pretend it was $3 million.
You would like to pretend it's $3 million? So how about this? Why don't we meet in the middle? Let's pretend it's $3.5 million and let's sign that contract today.
I'll do that.
Sounds great.
See, that's what's interesting is I think everybody's so quick not to go for it. But at that price point, Raj, what does that mean to your bottom line, right? You acknowledge, you respond, you gave me a different option. Great work. So who's Steve? I think we have
Amit next, and then Chris Lindahl.
Cool. So I'll introduce Amit. Amit is a Curaytor client. Raj is a Curaytor client. Great job, Raj. Amit is in South Florida, also works in a pretty luxury market, has worked with NBA players in the past, is a very, very smart marketer. So let's throw it to Amit. And I love his domain, Steve. Look at that. reasonstohireme.com. Great job. Let's go. 3 minutes. Get the timer going, Steve.
Got the timer.
Here we go.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Just wanted to let you know up front, if on Friday I win the $500 million jackpot on Mega Millions, I am still going to do exactly what I do for a living. I am totally in love with helping people find homes and sell homes. And the reason for that is because there's so many people that are affected by a sale. we think about you, your kids, your coworkers, just everyone in general. And making meaningful changes in people's lives is what drives us so much, my team and I. And because of that, we spend so much more money than the average realtor, our competition. Just to give you an idea, recently we had a listing and we hired a Hollywood filmographer. He flew all the way across to Miami. And because of that, we spent 34 hours on that home, staging the home, getting the home ready, and doing all sorts of things that most other agents wouldn't do. Long story short, we spent 34 hours on that home over several days, and we were able to get, with our hard work, 19,000 views of that home before it even came on the market. Another thing that we do is we have a proven strategy to get the most buyers that are most qualified to find your home. And because of this, we have data, and we were able to use big data to get the numbers, to get the people that are buying in that area. And because of that, in my 14 years of selling real estate, I was able to get 96.1% of the homes sold compared to 73.6% that sold last year. It's a huge difference. Another thing, it's great to get a contract on your home, but what's even more important is to net the most money on your sale. I used to be in the car business, and I don't know if you guys can relate to this. I was a sales manager. So imagine you're at a car dealership. You're there 3-4 hours and you're tired, you're irritated, your salesman's gone forever. And then all of a sudden he's back. He's there with the sales manager. And you're thinking, oh man, the sales manager is here. My job was to get you to like me immediately, get you to spend more money, and get you to give us a perfect survey. And because of that skill set I have for my 11 years of doing that, I'm able to get you substantially more money than other agents do. So Kris, in the last 2 years, my team and I, we've started getting reviews. In 2 years, we've had 110 5-star reviews. And my team and I would love to get to know you and your family so we could make you number 111.
Boom. Nice ending, Amit. I love it. And I'll give you a couple things I liked here. For overall, the crowd liked it. I liked it. The tone, the vibe was great. One of the things you did that I loved was you used a micro example, not macro examples. So by telling like that one specific story of that one home that the guy flew for 34 hours, to me, that's so much more powerful than we do videos. You know what I mean? So that micro example, I loved it. The other thing, like when you're outperforming the market by a great amount, so you were at 80% versus 60%, or, you know, you're at 90% and the industry's at 70%. I just wanted to give a quick tip on how to really say that maybe the best way possible. Like if you're at 80% and the market's at 60%, you're 33% better than them. You know what I mean? So while there's a 20% spread, 20% is 33% increase over 60. So sometimes it just makes more sense to just say, hey, we sell homes 33%. There's a 33% better chance you'll sell your home if you use us than if you don't. That kind of stuff is super helpful. But overall, great job. Let me give you one quick objection, Amit.
Okay.
I love that you've worked with NBA guys in Hollywood, but, you know, my house is only a few $100,000. I'm sure you don't do all that same stuff for me. I feel like you're overqualified to sell my home.
You know, and I'm glad you asked that, Kris. I get that asked a lot of times from friends because, you know, we're in a social media age today and everyone sees the nice things, but they don't see the behind the scenes things. And, you know, it's pretty cool showing an NBA player these multi-million-dollar homes, but what drives me and my family the most is being able to find that father a home that's 45 minutes closer to work. So every single day he can come home to his family and spend a little bit more time with his wife and kids.
Cool. Good job. It's not about the money. You started with that. I think it's a great way to bring that back up when you overcome the objection. Up next, thank you, Amit. We have Kris Lindahl. Kris Lindahl is a mega agent in Minnesota, just got a lot of mainstream press for a very smart billboard campaign during the Super Bowl.
Whoa. You can't tell this story, Kris. This is my hometown. It's Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You got to let me roll with the story. So Kris Lindahl, during the Minnesota Vikings Philadelphia Eagles playoff game, put a big, I don't know if you guys can see me, but put a big billboard of Kris with his arms wide open saying purple is greater than green, and then proceeded, which was the craziest part, to actually go to the event and take a picture in front of the billboard and then go to the football playoff game, which surprisingly enough, he made it out alive. Besides all that, he's an amazing realtor, and he is the last one up here for our sellers pitches. Kris, why don't you take it away, buddy?
Can you see me?
We got you.
Okay. All right. So I've got some questions for you, Steve and Kris. Are you shaking your head, Steve?
Steve may not be able to hear you, unfortunately, Kris.
Right.
But I
got a private message from Jason, said he couldn't see me, but you can see me. We're good.
Yeah, you look good.
Okay, great.
Sound good.
So I've got some questions. You're thinking about selling your house, Kris, and I want to make sure that we're doing the right thing for you. What 3 things are you looking for in your next real estate agent?
I haven't thought about it yet.
You haven't thought about it yet. Great. So here's what I will tell you about that. The ones that come to mind are honest, integrity, and typically marketing. And so what we do at the Kris Lindahl team is we treat your commission like marketing dollars. We're in a position, and this year we're going to sell over 1,500 houses. We don't need to make much money on each home sale. We can take those dollars and invest those back into marketing so that you get top dollar for your house. Here's the thing that I know, and the first question that you're probably thinking is, how much do you charge? We don't focus a lot on actual commission. We focus on your bottom line. So at the end, we'll take a look at some different scenarios where we can focus on your bottom line. And just let me ask you one question. If everything we share today is of interest to you, are you willing to make a decision today, Kris?
Maybe.
I love it. All right. Okay. So let me tell you just a brief story about Apple. And the way that Apple sells iPhones is essentially the way that the Kris Lindahl team sells real estate. So around February, March of every year, and this has consistently been happening with Apple over and over again, is they start to leak out. It's going to have 5 cameras, 10 cameras, charging cables are going to change, wireless, whatever it may be. And then what they do is they connect with tech bloggers and influencers, and there's all these leaks. They're going to beat Samsung. Samsung's going to beat Apple. There's all these things that are happening. Basically what they're doing is they're pre-marketing their product. So let me ask you a question, Kris. If when Apple releases an iPhone in August or September, like they do every year and they have for 10 iPhones now, do you think anyone would show up if they just released product and a surplus of it the day of the actual release date?
No, I think the hype helps.
Correct. So that's exactly what we do at the Kris Lindahl team, where we build up all this hype before you even hit the MLS. So a lot of the work at the Kris Lindahl team is done before it hits the MLS. The MLS for the Kris Lindahl team has actually become more supplemental. I'm not saying that our process has replaced the MLS. It definitely helps to get that exposure. But what we have built at the Kris Lindahl team is getting significantly more money because of that pre-marketing. And so the way that we do that is we leak things out along the way. We have a massive following on Facebook. We have the #1 reviewed Zillow profile in the state of Minnesota. And what that means, if you haven't been on Zillow, and maybe you have, is when you're on Zillow, the big thing is the number of reviews and number of sales is they're going to inquire with that real estate agent. And so that's the really big thing in real estate today, is making sure you go with an agent that has the most reviews and the most sales. So let me ask you a question, Kris. Is there anything that I didn't share yet that I need to share before you make a decision?
Boom. I'm going to say no, but that's the 3 minutes, Steve?
Yep.
Nice job, Kris. I love that. Could you hear us, Steve?
Unfortunately not. I don't know what's going on. I can hear some people and not others.
Okay.
So let me know.
Real quick, with Chris's answer that said no, great, then we'll sign the contract right now.
Perfect. I love it, Kris. You know what you did great there, that Apple analogy? God, they just have such consumer mind share, and it makes so much sense. And the idea that we're going to win this marketing battle before it starts. I think that's a huge angle. You also leverage Zillow. So ultimately, Apple and Zillow And don't get mad at me, guys. People like Apple and Zillow more than they like real estate agents, more than they like salespeople. So I call that building trust through third-party validation. I thought that was great. The other thing is just kind of just an observation at large. Now hearing 8 pitches from 8 really smart realtors. Steve, not one of them mentioned their brokerage. So if these brokerages don't come on and do Pitchfest, I mean, like we hear this all the time. People don't hire Remax. They hire me. They don't hire, Sotheby's. They hire me. But then Kris works at Remax, and so does Veronica, and Amit works at Sotheby's. So I just thought that was fascinating that if you've only got 3 minutes to give an elevator pitch, your brokerage did not make the cut. Just put that out there as a global observation. So, Steve, let's get into the voting. I know we've got to get Jared.
Well, we got just a quick objection.
We got an objection to Kris.
Yeah, we need a quick objection, which I like this one. Let me take this one from the audience, even though I can't hear Chris's answer. But this is a good one, though. I need to discuss this with my wife, but the wife is sitting right next to the person. So what do you do when they're both sitting there, but they want to go and talk? How do you close them down?
Yeah, that is a very common concern, Steve. When we're with homeowners that need to make a decision, I'm going to step out for 5 minutes and make one phone call, and then I'll come back in and answer any other questions you have.
Solid. I think that's fair.
What did he say?
Sorry, Steve. I know it's awkward. He basically said, I'm going to step outside for 5 minutes. I have a phone call I need to make anyway. And then that'll give you guys some time to chat without me. I totally respect that. I love that. I thought that was great. Good job, Kris. So here we go. We're doing one vote. You have to factor in the pitch and the objections between Callie, Raj, Kris, and the other the poll just popped up. And Amit, you popped the poll up right over the slide. But we're going to give you guys a chance to vote here for your favorite listing pitch. Factor in the objection round as well.
Yep.
Similar to the other round, Steve, I felt like, some people's pitch wasn't as strong as the way they handled objections. And then some people pitched really well, and then they weren't quite as great at the objection stuff. So here we go. Do we have the answer, Jason? We have the winner?
All right, we're at about 55% voted, so we'll get just a few more minutes. If you're doing something, it is literally neck and neck right now.
Ooh,
I mean, we're talking about
20 seconds, Jason. 20 seconds. That's all we got.
20 more seconds just to let it kind of settle out for everyone to get a vote in.
20 seconds, guys. Get your vote in. And then we're going to the Pitch Fest finals where we will see Jay Kinder and Jared James battle it out head-to-head to finish up this awesome day.
All right. It's been that 20 seconds. We're going to go ahead and end it. And I'm happy to announce, Raj, you are our winner by just a hair. An absolute hair over the rest of the competition. So well done, Raj. Raj, can you hear us?
Yeah, cool. Raj, congrats, man. You're going to get a $500 gift card as a thank you. Callie, Amit, Kris, guys, do the same thing we mentioned earlier. Go to Facebook, go to Instagram, show them love, send them a message, thank them for what they do. And just to answer a quick question in the chat, BombBomb and Curaytor, we both work with lenders. We both work with mortgage people. I saw that question.